शुरू करें। नमस्कार। सेंटर फॉर डेवलपमेंट ऑफ स्टोन्स एवं फिक्की के द्वारा आयोजित इस वेबिनार में, जिसका की विषय इमर्जिंग टेक्नोलॉजिकल ट्रेंड्स एंड सॉल्यूशंस इन स्टोन इंस्टॉलेशन, प्रोटेक्शन एंड केयर है, में मैं आप सभी का हार्दिक स्वागत और अभिनंदन करता हूं और आशा करता हूं कि आप सभी अपने परिजनों के साथ, सहकर्मियों के साथ स्वस्थ एवं सकुशल होंगे। Very warm welcome to all of you. I sincerely hope that you, along with your loved ones, are hale and hearty. Various type of chemicals are being used extensively in the industry, like chemicals like epoxies, resins, sealers, color enhancers, grouts, cleaning and care products. They are extensively being used right from processing of stones to its installation and subsequently maintenance and care. So today in this webinar, we will learn in detail about such chemicals and their appropriate uses in various applications. आज के इस कार्यक्रम में हमारे साथ सीडॉस के वाइस चेयरमैन श्री अशोक दूत साहब उपस्थित हैं। तो दूत साहब का मैं बहुत बहुत स्वागत करता हूं और साथ के साथ जो बहुत से आर्किटेक्ट्स बंधु आज हमारे साथ जुड़ रहे हैं, उन सभी का भी बहुत बहुत स्वागत, बहुत बहुत अभिनंदन। इसी के साथ साथ हमारे साथ कुछ रिप्रेजेंटेटिव्स ऑफ केमिकल सॉल्यूशन प्रोवाइडर्स जुड़े हुए हैं और हमारी स्टोन इंडस्ट्री के भी उद्यमी बंधु हमारे साथ जुड़े हुए हैं। आप सभी का बहुत बहुत स्वागत, बहुत बहुत अभिनंदन है। मैं सबसे पहले आपका परिचय सभी आर्किटेक्ट्स से करवा दूं जो आज के प्रोग्राम में हमारे साथ जुड़ रहे हैं। आर्किटेक्ट राजेंद्र मंत्री साहब हैं उदयपुर से, आर्किटेक्ट अंजलि क्वात्रा मैडम हैं गाजियाबाद से, आर्किटेक्ट गिरीश मिस्त्री साहब हैं, आर्किटेक्ट सचिन जैन साहब न्यू दिल्ली से, सुधाकर कपूर साहब न्यू दिल्ली से, सुधीर क्वात्रा साहब गाजियाबाद से, ए शर्मा साहब हैदराबाद से, अर्पण जौहरी साहब अहमदाबाद से, आर्किटेक्ट अमित सान्याल साहब लुधियाना से, आर्किटेक्ट हेमंत दियालानी अहमदाबाद से और आर्किटेक्ट हर्ष पटेल अहमदाबाद से। आप सभी आर्किटेक्ट्स का बहुत बहुत स्वागत, बहुत बहुत अभिनंदन। इसके साथ साथ मैं आपका परिचय आज के वक्ताओं से भी कराना चाहूंगा। आज हमारे साथ मिस्टर हैरी सिधवानी हैं सम्राट केमिकल इंडस्ट्रीज उदयपुर से, मिस्टर दिव्यारूप हर्षवाल साहब हैं 10X इंडिया से, मिस्टर संदीप नारंग साहब हैं क्लिक गार्ड मुंबई से और मिस्टर सुशील कुमार हैं MY के लेटिक्रेट से। अनफॉर्चुनेटली कुछ अनअवॉइडेबल सर्कमस्टांसेस के कारण आज राधाकांत साहब को जुड़ना था MY के लेटिक्रेट से, बट वो ज्वाइन नहीं कर पा रहे और उनकी जगह उनके कलीग सुशील कुमार जी ज्वाइन कर रहे हैं। आप सबका भी बहुत बहुत स्वागत, बहुत बहुत अभिनंदन। इंडस्ट्री मेंबर्स हमारे साथ जो जुड़ रहे हैं उसमें अशोक धूत साहब हैं, मुकेश काबरा साहब हैं मधुसूदन मार्बल्स उदयपुर से, परमेश्वर जी हमारे साथ जुड़ रहे हैं स्टोनेक्स इंडिया से और निशांत गौर साहब हैं श्री महाराजा ग्रेनाइट से। तो आप सभी का बहुत बहुत स्वागत और अभिनंदन करते हुए मैं आशा करता हूं कि आप इस वार्तालाप से लाभान्वित होंगे। इस वार्तालाप के क्रम में मैं सबसे पहले निवेदन करूंगा श्री अशोक धूत साहब को, वाइस चेयरमैन सीडॉस से, कि वो अपने ओपनिंग रिमार्क्स प्रस्तुत करें। ओवर टू यू धूत साहब।
सभी को नमस्कार। हमारे आमंत्रित आर्किटेक्ट बंधु, हमारे केमिकल निर्माता और पत्थर उद्योग के अनुभवी और बड़े उद्योगपति, आप सभी का स्वागत। मित्रों, एक जमाना था जब मार्बल काटा जाता था और एज इट इज उसको फिक्स कर दिया जाता था, फिर घिसाई हो जाती थी। लेकिन समय के गुजरते गुजरते आज ऐसे विभिन्न प्रकार के केमिकल टूल्स हमारे सामने उपलब्ध हैं जो मार्बल, ग्रेनाइट, सैंडस्टोन सबको एक तरह तरह के फिनिशेस दिए जा रहे हैं और जो इससे जो वैल्यू एडिशन हो रहा है उससे सभी निर्माताओं को लाभ हो रहा है साथ साथ आर्किटेक्ट्स को नई डिजाइन्स मिल रही हैं और उपभोक्ता को अपना घर सजाने संवारने, बिल्डिंग्स सजाने संवारने के विभिन्न डिजाइन्स मिल रही हैं। तो इस केमिकल और नए टूल्स ने मिलकर जो डिफरेंट फिनिशेस शुरू किए हैं, ये पत्थर उद्योग में एक नई तरह की क्रांति इससे आ गई। और क्योंकि ये सीडॉस समय समय पर विभिन्न विषयों पर वेबिनार आयोजित करता रहा है और इसी कड़ी में आज हम जो केमिकल्स, रेजिन्स प्रयोग होते हैं मार्बल, ग्रेनाइट, सैंडस्टोन इंडस्ट्री में, उसके निर्माता हमारे साथ हैं और जो आर्किटेक्ट्स गण हैं वो हमारे साथ हैं, जो उसको डिज़ाइन करके प्रयोग करने की तरीके बताते हैं, और निर्माता हमारे साथ हैं। तो मैं चाहूँगा कि जो केमिकल बनाने वाले हैं वो बताएं कि कौन सा केमिकल कैसे यूज़ करने से पत्थर की गुणवत्ता बढ़ती है। और आर्किटेक्ट बंधुओं से निवेदन है कि वो अपने सुझाव दें कि हम पत्थर उद्यमियों को केमिकल और डिफरेंट टूल्स और डिफरेंट डिज़ाइंस को कैसे और सुधार किया जाए और उसमें क्या नई तकनीक अपनाएंगे। ज़्यादा समय नहीं लूँगा और आप सभी का पुनः स्वागत, और अंकुल जी से आग्रह करूँगा कि आगे वेबिनार को शुरू करें। धन्यवाद।
धन्यवाद दूध साहब, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आपके ओपनिंग रिमार्क्स के लिए। मैं अब आमंत्रित करता हूं जो हमारी केमिकल सॉल्यूशन प्रोवाइडर्स के जो रिप्रेजेंटेटिव्स आज हमारे साथ जुड़ गए हैं, तो उसमें सबसे पहले मैं हैरी सिद्धवानी जी को आमंत्रित करूंगा। हैरी सिद्धवानी जी इज अ यंग एंटरप्रेन्योर एंड ही इज रिप्रेजेंटिंग सम्राट केमिकल इंडस्ट्रीज फ्रॉम उदयपुर। सो ओवर टू यू हैरी जी।
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Hari Sidwani, and I'm a chemical engineer by training, and I will be representing Samrat Chemical Industries today. So firstly, let me apologize. My camera isn't working properly, so I've switched that off. Instead, I'll just start sharing my screen and give my presentation.
Great.
I hope my screen is visible to everyone.
Yes, Harry, please go ahead.
Okay. So, firstly, let me welcome fellow representatives, members of the industry, architects, and all the guests joining in. And I thank CEDOS for this opportunity, and it's a pleasure to speak to you all today. A brief introduction about our company. So we have been serving the stone industry since the year 2003, and we started with manufacturing just one single product. And today we produce more than 80 different products, from abrasives to epoxy coatings and everything in between. We are also the only domestic brand in the strictest sense of the word today on the panel. Tenex, of course, is a famous Italian brand. Kelegard is licensed by Guard Industry of France, and MYK Laticrate is a joint venture between MYK Group from India and Laticrate International from USA. So it's a pleasure and it's an honor to be in company with these global leaders today. The topic of my presentation today is epoxies for stone surface treatment and chemicals for enhancing aesthetics of stone. So what I'll do is I'll give you a brief description of different types of treatments that are available that make stone look better. And throughout these years, we have cataloged a lot of our products, and I have some pictures to share that will give you a better visual representation of what you can expect. Also, on the top right corner on each slide, you'll find a QR code. So should you find something interesting, you can just scan that QR code and that will take you to the relevant page on our website for you to read more. Or if for some reason there's not enough information available on the website right now, it will take you to the contact us page and you can get in touch with us and we'll try to help you out as best as we can. First and foremost, as soon as a block is cut and a slab is made, a lot of stone suffer from cracks, and these need to be repaired first before we can proceed any further. So this is because these cracks run deep, and even a slight impact can cut open a slab in two. So we need a liquid material that can be filled into these cracks, and that is readily available. It should be of high viscosity so that it stays in the cracks and not just bursts through it. It should have high adhesion so that it does not chip off. It should have high compressive and tensile strength so that it stays with the stone in a uniform fashion and can bear the load. Also, obviously, long pot life needs of application is important since this is mostly done by hand. Also, it should seal the crack permanently and should be thermal shock resistant if it's placed in exterior so that it can withstand the thermal cycle. Cost is always a crucial factor. So we have formulated epoxy resins. There are other players on the market as well who provide the solution. The largest selling or the most widely selling product in this category is a transparent coating that gives a transparent quartz-like appearance to the crack as if it was never there. After that, white colored paste is used quite frequently on white marbles, but these can be customized into different color shades as suited by the customer. Next, we have stone colors. So these are permanent solutions. These are permanent colors that change the color of the stone, and these are transparent, as in they change the color of the stone, but the pattern of the stone remains as it is. For example, if you were to see the images on the extremes, the green and the brown, that was a white colored stone, and now both of them are same stone. One has been now colored green, the other has been colored brown. And these do not form a film on the surface. These bind with the substrate with the mineral content of the stone and penetrate up to 8 mm deep depending on the porosity of the stone. So this is a permanent solution, and the color of the stone will stay as it is for the rest of its life. These products are available by the name of Converter in the market. This is a trademark, a registered trademark of Samrat Chemical Industries, but it has become synonymous with the product. Just how Xerox, the company, has become synonymous with photocopying. So our intended purpose when we developed this product was to allow fabricators to produce consistent quality of product. So consistent quality of stone. So variation in pattern of the stone is desirable, but variation in color tone is not. This was the issue that many fabricators in Rajasthan faced, wherein a single block would have a dull colored material and a darker material. And if if slabs from the same block are placed in the same building, you can clearly see the unevenness, and that's not aesthetically pleasing. So the fabricators were able to create consistent color tone of even if there was variation in the slab. But now, as you can see from these images, you can create stones, you can get creative, you can create patterns that are not found in nature. And for interior applications, these can last a lifetime. Also, another major use of this product is enhancing the aesthetics. So let's say you have a dull brown colored stone, and if you can just color some of the dull parts and just brighten the appearance, you have a stone that yields high price. Also, now with just one single type of stone, you can produce multiple varieties of stone by using different colors. So you can offer more varieties, and you can have patterns that are unique to you that only you can provide to the customer. Clear coating. Now, this is the major or the most widely used chemical in the stone industry, I would say. So one thing that we need to note, first of all, is that not one single coating suits all types of stone. So it depends on the content of the stone, what color it is, are you intending it for exterior application or interior application, and how much are you willing to spend on finishing the surface. So clear coatings are basically used to repair surface defects such as hair thin cracks or even some small cracks in some cases, or to impart gloss and shine on the surface. Now, depending on the stone, you can either want the clear coating to impart a wet look effect on the surface, or you would want it to remain completely transparent. So depending on all these combinations, we recommend customers product, and that is how they should choose as well. So it is difficult to display or visually show gloss on a screen, but I can here are some examples of what wet look effect looks like on stone. So on the left, there's Alaska white coated with epoxy that imparts almost no wet look effect, and the left and right side looks almost similar. In the middle, you can see a moderate wet look effect, and on the right, it's Alaska red with an intense wet look effect. The only difference is the coatings that I use. Obviously, the stones are different as well. So the combination of stone and coating should be matched properly. An important point to note here is that all of these coatings require to be polished using suitable abrasives. So these are usually intended for flat surfaces only, such as stone slabs that most fabricators produce. Also, customers should always confirm weathering data from their suppliers, because two coatings can give you similar results, but their life can vary significantly. So since they're epoxy or epoxy derived coatings, they can yellow within few months upon UV exposure or can last decades. So depending on your application, you should confirm that with your supplier. Similar to colored coatings, similar to clear coatings, we have colored coatings. So what these do is, in addition to repairing surface deformities such as hair thin cracks and fissures and pores, these also impart the stone surface. There's just one single solution if you want to produce consistent facing variation in color tone of the stone. So you can produce evenness in color tone, repair surface deformities, and enhance gloss and shine that otherwise would not be possible with just using abrasive alone. So some new emerging solutions that we've developed recently called Color Boost, the Color Enhancer. So it imparts intense wet look effect. For example, Rajasthan Black, it has been coated here with some color booster, and there is no color. It's a clear coating, but as you can see, the result is significant. So, and these do not yellow over time. So these are really good solutions wherein customer does not want to add color or different shape to the stone, just wants an intense wet look effect. And since these penetrate deep into the pores, so these usually work when even as sold as slabs, and once they're carved on site, because their solution has penetrated so deep into the stone, even once it's carved, the color remains. Another one is All-Cure. This is also a single part system. So everything that an epoxy does, this does as well. On top of that, it's VOC free. And it does not yellow over time, and you don't need to mix it. And it can be, because it's self-leveling, it can be used as a lamination coating as well. So another class of coatings is lamination coating. These are usually preferred by marble fabricators who like to coat the surface to provide a smooth surface. And since marbles are rich in calcium carbonate, this consolidates the surface and prevents it from degradation as well. Sometimes it's coated because since marbles are soft, and they can be laid in and then polished during installation. So it prevents the stone during the time of installation. All of these coatings are self-leveling, so if you pour it on one side, it will just level itself, and so you won't have a thick patch or a thin patch on one side. And the best part of these coatings is that you don't need to polish it. So once you've applied it, and you just leave it, and you have a glossy surface, and you don't need to do anything after that. Another type of coatings is shiners. So these are semi-permanent solutions. So these are really quick acting. So if let's say you have a curved surface or even a slab, and you want to restore some old handicraft or some lost polish exterior, you simply take up a piece of cloth and rub it onto the stone surface, and you have a glossy, shiny surface. So, and these are also non-yellowing. So, but these are semi-permanent solution, and can, depending on what grade you choose, these can last from a few months to up to 2 years. And these are highly recommended for handicraft manufacturers and the homeowners as well. So if you have a part of home that you think has lost its gloss or shine, you can just restore it quickly within seconds. Coatings for textured surfaces. So this is also a new trend in the industry where we are producing textured surface granites, and because of the unevenness of the surface, it can be coated with the conventional clear coats, but those usually don't yield the best result. So instead, there are products you can just spray onto these stones and leave it for 15 minutes, and you're done. You don't need to polish it. It consolidates the surface so it does not degrade any further. It makes it chemical and stain resistant, and you get a glossy and shiny surface. And you can choose between matte and gloss finish.
Harry, I am interrupting you. It is requested to please finish it off a bit early.
Sure. So this is one example, Seasons Park Resort in Jaipur, where the entire hotel is made out of stone facade, and we coated the entire hotel with a product called High Glow, which does the things I mentioned in the previous slide. So when countertops are installed and the edges are curved, these surfaces sometimes lose the gloss and shine that they earlier had, and these can be replaced permanently using the product I mentioned earlier. Another product is stone densifiers, because these are specially recommended for marbles, because these marbles are rich in calcium carbonate, which react with water and carbon dioxide in the air, and you get dust, which is degraded stone, and you want to consolidate that. So there are products on the market which do that, and the way this affects aesthetics for the stone is once you have a denser stone surface, you can get a better polish. And these are all water-based products. Some of them produce hazardous waste after reacting with the stone, so always confirm with the supplier if you're concerned about that. And finally, we have rust removers. So these are also two types, acidic and non-acidic. So the basic difference between the two is acidic rust removers are recommended only for granite because it has high silica content, and non-acidic can be used for almost any surface. Acidic tend to be cheaper, which is why they are used by granite fabricators. Non-acidic comparatively expensive. There are a lot more options available, such as block reinforcement, slab reinforcement, etc., that don't directly relate to aesthetics. So I'll leave that for now. A small note on the cost-benefit analysis. So we did a small survey last year, last year, and found that average cost of our product was around 2.5 rupees per square feet, and the average increase in value that the customer found per square foot of the stone was around 23 rupees. So that's it from me. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much, Harry, for your wonderful presentation, as well as informing about various products being produced by you, as well as being used by the industry. My next speaker is Mr. Divyaroop Harshwal from 10X India. And I will also take this opportunity to say my hello to my friend from 10X, Mr. Arshan Anish. So Mr. Divyaroop is area sales manager from 10X, and he is having more than 10 years of experience in this sector. So over to you, Divyaroop ji.
Good afternoon, sir, and good afternoon all the guests that are present here. And I'll start my presentation by not taking you too much of time. And so we are here for the main topic is emerging technological trends and solution in stone. And here we are going to cover 3 points: installation, protection, and care. So, and before suggesting any solution to a customer or to our architect, to any user, we need to have basically 5 points that we need to cover. We need to know, because for suggesting any kind of product, first of all, what kind of stone it is. Is it a marble, granite, or a quartzite? What kind of exposure it is going to have? Is it indoor? Is it going to be outdoor? And what kind of surface finish is it going to be having? Is it going to be having a polished surface, brushed, or matte finish? Where it is going to be used, in walls or the floors? And what kind of layer one here means what kind of contact it is going to have. Trampling here means if people are going to walk, Suppose you are going to use the floor, so people are going to walk, touching, climatic, or none. So these are the 5 points that we have to know to suggest a right kind of product to a customer. So here we are going to have for these things, we have 3 points that we are going to cover. First of all, the restoration process, and surface protection, and cleaning and maintenance. In restoration, we are going to suggest some product for filling, grouting and bonding, and resining and bonding. For surface protection, we are going to cover pre-treatment, protection, and finishing. And the last thing is cleaning and maintenance. There we have some products to display. So we start with restoration, and in restoration, the first point is filling. So why do we need a filling? So when a material is exposed to some mechanical stress, or it after some time, it gets some kind of cracks, chip out, or layer consumption. Layer consumption is basically, as the name suggests, removal of some kind of material over the stone. So these are the 3 points that are being covered by filling. For filling, basically, we have 2 types of systems available. First one is the polyester system. So the base of that material is the polyester. And the second one will be, the next slide I'll be showing, it's an epoxy system. Here we have some basic point that we are going to discuss about the pros and cons of our polyester system that we have. So pros are the polyester systems are faster curing time. They cures very fast. And the quicker working time here, it means that you have basically you don't have to wait too much after applying that material on the stone, and it's cheap. Because of this cheap, it is used massively. And then secondly, we have cons. So cons are it deteriorates quickly because it's a polyester. So polyester deteriorates quickly in comparison to epoxy-based products. So there are many reasons. It may have a sun exposure, it will consume, and it is having a thermal stress because polyesters are already having a very less resistance to thermal. Volumetric variation due to thermal and humidity. Volumetric variation here means that polyester products are more prone of contracting and expanding due to thermal and humid conditions, basically. Color change over time. If polyester products changes its color very quickly over a time, so it's like a first indication that your products is now they start to deteriorating, and it is not suitable for granite and quartzites. And after that, we have an epoxy systems. So here we are going to discuss these. Basically, these are the basic slides that almost I think most of the people must be knowing. But since we have to cover all the things, so that's why we are discussing these things. Now, after that, we have a products also. So here are the pros that are, it is having a higher penetration, suitable for outdoor. It can be used at the outdoor because it's have a good mechanical properties, and suitable for all stone types, and stone structural consolidation because it has a high penetration. It goes inside the stone and gives us consolidation from inner side, basically. Then cons are generally slower curing time, because that's why people sometimes prefer that, okay, I want to do a task very fast. So they go with polyester because epoxies are very slow to cure. And then secondly, you need a professional people to use an epoxy system because it has a fixed ratios to get a desired result that have to be maintained. And it's a costly as compared to polyester based systems. And since we are discussing a new trends in emerging technology, so now we have a product that are available, epoxies, mastic sealers that are food safe. Here the logo, whatever products that we have which are food safe. So this is the logo will be there, and it is EU certified. And then we have a second point in restoration is grouting and bonding. So grouting and bonding we can do with 2 types of products, that is polyester mastics and epoxy mastics. And this is the basic packing of polyester mastic. I think many people must have known about this packing. It is a polyester base. It comes solid, semi-solid, and liquid. It is colored and transparent, easy to use, fast, and it is basically we suggest to use in the indoor process. And after that, this is our epoxy mastic, Aliox. Here you can see this is our general packing, and here you can see a logo with food safe mark, and this is how its A part and B part looks like. It's basically it's a very clear kind of a epoxy mastic, which can be used on any type of stone. And and after that we have a characteristics of this thing. It's an epoxy glue, extra clear in thixotropic paste. Thixotropic paste here means the paste that changes its states when you mix it. makes it very hard, and in paste turns to be liquid, little bit liquid. And when you keep it for some time, it comes back to its initial stage. And so it's suitable to fill and to glue safely, and long-lasting marble, stone, granite, quartz, and ceramic. The product is very easy to spread because it's very soft in nature. It is and light with high gloss and brightness. And its ratio is 2:1. You can basically use it in the indoor and outdoor. Its range is minus 25 degrees to 60 degrees. So basically it covers all kind of parts, and it is a tacky free in 3 to 3.5 hours. And the working times here, that is the working time, because it is epoxy based mastic. You can't use a machinery or any product, any kind of thing. You can't process the product basically before 24 hours. It is suggestible to keep that material for 24 hours. And shelf life is 12 months, and it's very low yellowing.
Thank you very much.
And
I'm sorry, I'm not able to attend you properly because of this ongoing. Thank you.
After that, we have two new generation of glues. One is vinyl ester adhesive, one is Glax. So here, the product name for vinyl ester is titanium, and Glax is Glax resins basically. And Glax is extra clear, zero VOC, zero yellowing technology. This makes this product is one of the best available in the market because it's a zero yellowing product, even in the UV, even in the outdoors. So this is the titanium product, that is vinyl ester based product. Basically, what is vinyl ester? Vinyl ester is basically, and there's some people who don't know, vinyl ester is something we can to understand. We can say it's a hybrid of polyester and epoxy. So it is having a properties of polyester, and it is also having a properties of epoxy. So suppose here we can check that it is having a working time which is very fast if to compare to epoxy. Its working time is 45 to 60 minutes. That basically means within 1 hour you can start processing your stone or joints where you have used this vinyl ester product, and it gives a very high strength to the material basically. And it is suitable for all kinds of stone, laminate, marble, granite, quartz, and ceramic. And it's a neutral in color and transparent color. It's very fast with good workability. It's very easy to stir and to spread. It stay a thick consistency even after adding the hardener. Basically, it will remain the state which it is. Then we have a Glax. This is a zero yellowing product. Even you can use this product in the outdoor, indoor, wherever you want to use it. It is suitable for any kind of stones: marble, white granite, porous stone, quartz, and ceramic. It's in zero yellowing. It's transparent. It's excellent in adhesion. You can use it indoor and outdoor, and the temperature range is minus 25 degrees to 60 degrees. The working time here also you will get a better than epoxies. Basically, you can start working after 6 hours, and here the shelf life is 12 months. Then we have the third part in restoration is resining and bonding. Everybody is using the resins for this restoration of stones. So we have basically 3 types of systems is available with Tenax. Our top system is called Abelian system. So we have a variety of epoxies in Abelian, and then we have in Epoxart and standard systems that we generally supply in market. And this is the general packing of Abelian if it comes in 1 kg. And after that, these are the features of this Abelian resin that we are discussing. It is having an excellent adhesion, excellent transparency, high hardness, and range of systems for microwave machines basically. Abelian also support microwave machines, which is a new technology basically for India. Then we will discuss about the surface protection. Surface protection will be covering 2 parts: pre-treatment and protection. So for pre-treatment, we need pre-installation protection is key step for porous material, which is their back and 4 sides are not protected, may generate stains that emerge from backs and stick to material mass, thus hard to remove later. For that reason, a specific waterproofing agent must be used before installation. And this is our product for basically anti-efflorescence is our product which you have to use at the back side and at the sides of the stone. Basically, it will stop coming any kind of contaminants from the backside to top surface. So you can use it. You have to use it on the backside and the sides of the stone. You have to wait for 24 hours, and then you can use this product. And it supports marble, granite, clay tiles, agglomerate, not protected, and not resin coated on the back. Basically, you need to have a raw stone. Then our surface protection. So our surface protection, basically we are discussing about the surface protection
विशाल
products
जी, मैं बीच में आपको इंटरप्ट कर रहा हूँ, थोड़ा सा टाइम का ध्यान रखें.
Yeah, sure, sir. So we have two types of products for top surface. One is water-based, one is solvent-based. So water-based products, like, okay, then right, this is to water-based these products. Hydrex is a basic sealer or as a water repellent sealer. It will give a natural effect usable only in automatic machine. This goes very well with the anti-efflorescence. So you can use the anti-efflorescence at the back side, and then you can use a Hydrex at the top side. So it will completely it will stop the contaminants from coming from backside to top, and it will also stop from water penetrating into the stone. And then we have a ProSeal, which will give a natural effect. You can apply it manually. It gives it will keep the surface natural, and it will not allow any kind of water and oil both penetrate into the stone. And it is also suitable for natural stones, marble, granites, and clay tiles. Then we have a Counter Pro. This is also a solvent-based product, but it comes with a food safe certification basically. So this is similar to like ProSeal only. It gives a natural effect. You can use the Counter Pro at the indoor and outdoor both sides. It's a high stain protection effect also on porous support, and makes the maintenance work stop easier. So it is suitable for granite, marble, natural stones, quartzite, limestone, sandstone, and clay tiles. Koto is clay tiles basically. Then you have a Scudo Universal. Scudo Universal is a water-based, but it is a food safe product, which will also give a natural effect, and it gives it the ideal for compact material. It works very well in porous materials, extra strong, easy and quick to use. It is also suggestible for all types of stones that are available. Then we have a Ager. Ager is very well known product in the market. It gives very good effect to the basically the surface. It is a wet effect enhancer, water oil repellent, anti-graffiti for manual application. It is strong. It is UV resistant, excellent oil repellent, and it is also suitable for all types of stones basically. Then we have a surface finishing. Surface finishing, we have a product called Cerafluda, which is a very basic kind of a product but it is having a concentrated transparent liquid wax to increase the brilliance of glossy surface, considerably increases and restores the polish, easy application. Basically, it is used to increase the surface finish and the gloss of the surface. And after that, the last point is cleaning and maintenance. So here we have some points that cleaning and maintenance is one point is ordinary maintenance that anyone and even the housewives can do at the home. And extraordinary maintenance, you need to have a professional to do those kind of maintenance. Ordinary, we have a Briotop. This is a very universal alcohol-based cleaner for all type of surfaces, comfortable and practical, used without rinsing. It does not leave halos and fast drying. It is all for all surfaces. It is a basic cleaner basically. Then we have a stain remover detergent for natural stone and engineered stone and ceramic ready to use. It is basically a stain remover which can also be used by the housewife or anyone in the house, which for day-to-day cleaning, and degrease the surface thoroughly, removes marks, effectiveness, and the respect of the material according to the test performed by this certification. And it supports natural stone, engineered stone, and ceramics. Then we have a booster. This has to be used by some professionals because it's a strong alkaline detergent and stain remover, specifically for removing stains, black halos, dirt, and grease. Removes the most tenacious organic dirt and pigment, removes waxes. If used pure, removes stains from porcelain tiles, removes rubber marks, removes epoxy residues. So, and it is suitable for porcelain glaze, but you have to use this product only on a surface that are not polished, because it will otherwise remove the polish and you have to again polish the products. It's very strong for this thing. And this product is acid descaling detergent. It is basically a cement remover for the sites that are having a cement residues present at the sites. So you can clean those things. Descaling detergent removes dirt from the building site, such as joint residues, rust, traces of oil paintings, mineral deposits. Having marked detergent features, it allows to obtain excellent in the presence of greasy dirt, and you can use it on clay tiles, clinker, porcelain glaze, natural stones, acid resistant granites, ceramic tiles, and cement. So this was my last product. And if anyone wants to contact for any information, they can contact in the mail ID and the phone numbers mentioned.
थैंक यू सो मच दिव्य रूप जी. बहुत ही इंफॉर्मेटिव आपकी प्रेजेंटेशन थी ऑन वेरियस प्रोजेक्ट्स फॉर इंस्टॉलेशन, मेंटेनेंस एंड केयर. My next speaker is Mr. Sandeep Narang. Mr. Sandeep Narang is Managing Director, ClickGuard. Mr. Narang is a chemical engineer from IIT Kharagpur, and he's working in this industry for almost 30 years. So a very senior pro. So over to you, Mr. Narang.
Yes, sir. And a great afternoon to everybody here. I'm really honored to be on this board today and to present a few things about advancements in stone protection. So I'd like to share my presentation here. So ClickGuard is actually a company which has been in collaboration with a French company called Guard Industry. As you can see, our logo represents the lotus flower, and that, as we all know, is also an indicator of spirituality, of course, in India. But it's also something which is not able to take any stains while it is living in a very, very harsh environment and dirty condition. So our endeavor here is to offer solutions for stones, whereby the stones can remain clean and they can last much longer. So I would like to start with a brief about the parent company, which is Guard Industry. So it's been in existence for the last around 30 odd years, and it is Paris and a place called Toulouse in France. And we, of course, distribute products to different countries around the world. And in India, we have a joint venture partnership with them where they have an equity in this company called ClickGuard. And soon we are going to be a company. So the three core pillars for the company are on innovation, quality, and ecology. Most of the products are water-based, and many of them have got LEEDs approval. So they are US GBC LEEDs approved. We also have food contact safe materials, and the company also has patents on some specialized products. So what do we do? So we are largely into cleaning, protection, and embellishment of building materials. When we say building materials, we are, of course, enlarging the ambit. It's not just the stone. We also talk about concrete, and we talk about things like GRC. Somebody has their mic on. So here in this presentation, we are going to focus more about stone protection. So what are the various issues for stone? Okay, why do we need to protect stones? Stones require protection, of course, because they are being used under the, under different climatic conditions, and they are being attacked by different types of materials. So we can have rain, we can have water leaching, dirt, algae, and so on and so forth, and also things like bird dropping and graffiti. So we need to apply some protection on the stones. And to protect is the skin, to protect the surface of the stones. Okay, and how do we achieve that? So like I said, the company also has got some cleaning products, but I like to skip. My previous presenters have both talked a lot on the cleaning systems. So I'll quickly take you through this. We have some cleaning. We have something for organic soiling. We have, of course, something which is very, very effective for efflorescence and also for cement stains. Then we have something for pollution stains, and so on and so forth. So that kind of talks about our cleaning systems. We, of course, have some special products as well, which are on rust cleaning and also on paint stains and epoxy stains and things like that. So moving on to stone protection. Know that stone is generally has got some element of porosity, because of which the water will penetrate inside. And this water penetration can lead to some fragility in the stones, and the stones can also crumble in case they are not protected over a long period of time. So we have different types of stones. Of course, we'll have different types of porosity. So we have to look at the protection also from the same angle. We have to see the porosity and then find a suitable protection for the stone. So what are the different technologies available for stone protection? We have things like my previous presenters talked about. So we can have something which is waterproofing, okay, or we can have some technologies like the technologies are there, like the pore filler technologies are there, products which are based on silicon. And then we come to something which is we are specializing in doing, which is the impregnation technology. So let's look at the benefits and the pros and cons of various types of technologies. When it comes to waterproofing type of products, they are essentially those that form a film. Okay, so they form a film and they can modify the look of the stone. They can change the aspect, the look and feel. Also, these tend to yellow over time. They also don't allow the entrapped moisture to be taken off, which means that the stone eventually will deteriorate over time. Then we look at some things which are by the nature of pore filling. So when we talk about pore filling, we are talking about silicon-based technologies, and these can be effective for water repellency, but then stain repellency or oil repellency. Also, over time, they may not last very long, and they could also change the color of the stone as time goes by. So let's look at the other aspect, which is impregnation products. So when we talk about impregnation products, the protection is not happening by forming a layer on the stone. We are actually impregnating the stone surface up to a certain depth that can vary from around 2 to 5 millimeters. And these are contours of the stone. So the natural look and feel of the stone will not change. And this is also true when we apply these products on things like concrete. They don't change the aspect, but they provide very effective protection both for water, oil, and stains. And they are non-film forming by nature. So why is film forming so important? Everybody kept talking about non-film forming, but essentially what happens is when it forms a film, it will not allow the substrate, the stone, to breathe. And if the stone does not breathe, then over time, the water will get entrapped inside, and that's not good for the stone. So whatever protection that we give, we should look at largely the non-film forming type of protections. The second aspect to see is that what is the reduction that is happening on the surface energy. Okay, so basically when a liquid penetrates inside a stone, it's a play, it's a function, it's a match between the surface tension of the liquid and the surface energy of the stone. So when the surface energy of the stone is high compared to the surface tension of the liquid, then the stone will get stained by that liquid. The liquid will penetrate inside the stone. But if we can reduce the surface energy of the stone to less than the surface tension of the liquid, then the liquid will not penetrate inside. So many of the technologies available, they can reduce the surface energy, but they can reduce surface energy up to a level of around 50 millinewtons per, which is lower than the surface tension of water, which is at 72, but not lower than that of oil and some other solvents. So there is a chance of these giving water repellency, but not giving oil and stain repellency. And this holds true for many types of solutions which are currently available in the market. So we can have siloxane-based materials, we can have siliconate-based materials. They'll all give a strong beading effect with regard to water, but they will not be so effective when it comes to stain. So like you can see here, I mean, water will definitely pass over it, okay? But if it comes to oil or if it comes to stain, the stains would probably penetrate. But when it comes to technologies which are based on fluorocarbons, which is what we specialize in, with the fluorocarbon technology, we are able to reduce the surface energy up to a level of 10 millinewtons per meter. So when it comes to 10 millinewtons per meter, it is lower than the surface tension of many type of staining liquids. And therefore, it's a much better protection. And also fluorocarbons have a very high thermal stability. They also have a very high UV stability. And they have a very good chemical inertness as well. So it gives a much longer protection. So this fluoropolymers work well for water. And they also work well for oil and other types of stains. Okay, so this is in comparison to silicon-based protection materials, fluorocarbons have an edge. Okay. So we have both oil repellency and we have water repellency, plus we have anti-graffiti property. So now we have different types of products. We have a product which is our typical brand name is called Protect Guard. And so that is having both oil and water repellency, stain and water repellency. And under Protect Guard, we have different types of products, those that meant for porous stones. So Protect Guard is typically meant for more open, more porous stones. Works beautifully on limestone, sandstones, and gives a long-term protection. It also has a very good anti-graffiti property. And it has A+ indoor air quality. It is US GBC approved product. It can last for up to 10 years, giving protection, and it's a low VOC product. Then we have Protect Guard Heavy Duty. So this again has got a very, very good abrasion resistance as well, besides having oil and water repellency. So it is good on porous as well as something which is, semi-porous or less porous. So it can work on certain types of granites as well, beside the sandstones, of course. And very, very effective for flooring, exterior flooring especially, because it has a good abrasion resistance. Then we have Protect Guard MG, which is MG stands for marble and granite. So we have this available in two versions. We have the Protect Guard MG and we have the Protect Guard MG Eco. And they are good for low porous material, including artificial stones. And these again have got very high UV resistance, don't yellow over time. It's a clear finish and it can last for a fairly long time for exterior facades. This is also food contact compliance. So it can be used on. Then we come to this product called Protect Guard Wet Finish Premium. It can give a very intense wet look and a very, very strong product for flooring again, where many of the granites that we have are a little bit more open. And also, when they are outside, they tend to look a lot more light grayish or whitish and not so blackish. So after application of this product, you can be sure that you get a nice, intense black look. And the aesthetics is better. And also in terms of protection, it is an anti-stain product. This is a new product that we have recently launched, which is called Protect Guard Detox. The name Detox stands for detoxification, and it's an anti-pollution material. So in India, we suffer so much nowadays with bad air quality. So the air which comes in contact with the surface, that air gets, because of the presence of activated titanium dioxide in this product. And it's a very new and innovative technology. So it works, like I said, on activated titanium dioxide. It can help to bring down the air pollution in the environment of the building. So especially in North, we have this problem a lot of air pollution, and we should seriously look into this. So we have this both for exterior as well as for interior. And we have one very, very new product again, which is about anti-graffiti. So graffiti in India is not so much of a problem, but we do have this thing where people will come and stick posters, okay, or they may draw something also. So with this product, if it is applied, and it is a multi-surface product, it can be applied on metal, it can be applied on paint, it can be applied on stones. There will not be anything sticking to the surface. And it can be easily washed with just low pressure plain water. So no need to use anything very harsh or to use anything specialized. So then we have some products which also have got consolidation. So we can consolidate plus give water repellency or water and oil repellency. So these are special products for heritage use. So when it comes to references, we are very proud to show this, which is the St. Peter's Basilica in Rome. So this product that was used there is Protect Guard. where the columns of the St. Peter's Basilica have been protected. And this was done after a lot of comparative study over a couple of years by the Vatican lab. And Protect Guard got selected because of its nature of not changing the basic look, as well as the strong anti-graffiti performance. This is the Louvre Museum in Abu Dhabi. This is a Louis Vuitton by Frank Gehry. During the Beijing Olympics, many of the stadiums had granite on the outside, and most of that granite was protected with Protect Guard heavy duty. So we did lakhs of square feet of protection on granite. Then this is a mosque from Iran, where PGMG was used, heritage building. This is again a building by a world famous architect called Zaha Hadid. And we have worked with Zaha Hadid on many projects. In fact, we work with the top 5 architects in the world, the likes of Frank Gehry, which you saw, Jean Nouvel, Zaha Hadid, Norman Foster, and so on. So the opportunity that we get from them is largely because the products work well, and they have tried these over time. That's the Tiananmen Square in China. Product was used on granite. So coming to the Indian references, we are doing the Dhirubhai Ambani International Convention Center in BKC in Bombay. It's the largest footprint area is being done in India. And we have 27 different types of stones here, marble, granites, and our product is approved and is being used extensively in this project. Then this is the Lupin Research Center, which is in Pune. Here again, we've given solutions for different types of stones, as well as for concrete. So Lupin is one company we've been working with for a fairly long time. We do repeat business with them. That's because they've also tested the product over time and found it to be useful. There's some temple projects that we are doing. And just to show you how the product is working, this is Bansi Parput stone, which is very, very porous. But after application, it is giving an excellent water repellency, as you can see. This is Lodha Supremus, a building in Bombay with sandstone, and protection was given with Protect Guard heavy duty. This is the business park in Gurgaon, where we have given granite protection with finished premium. There are some other buildings that we have here, which is different institutions. So like the IIM Ahmedabad. Then we've done a project also in Muslim University in Aligarh.
नारायण साहब, मैं आपको इंटरप्ट कर रहा हूँ. As we are running short of time, so please finish it off as early as possible.
Yes. Just give me 2 more minutes. I'm just through with everything. So this is again a project that we have done in Ahmedabad recently. This is it's called the Science Aquatics Gallery. It's in the Science City, and here again we are showcasing the excellent water repellency. Then many heritage buildings we've done, like the Rajabai Tower in Bombay, the Surat Fort, and the St. Thomas Cathedral also in Bombay. I would like to just mention a couple of slides of this colored protection that we have. The colored protection was essentially developed for use on concrete and also on GRC. But we've been using this very effectively on stone. So many a time we want to change the aspect of stone, or to avoid some problem which may be there in certain types of stones. So with this, change the opacity, and we can, by changing the opacity, we can vary the amount of the background which can be seen, which is very important for exposed concrete, but also important in certain types of stones. So this again is a impregnating product. And if you look at the different projects that we have done, we work on concrete, we work on GRC. We also have worked in India on GRC as well as stone here, mint stone. Like here, the mint stone had got spoiled because of some reason. We were able to apply the colored product and not change the stone piece. Here again is an example of a building with a rust stain, which we were able to cover. We're using it on sandstone restoration, older buildings like the Hinduja Hospital in Bombay. This is on Kandla Grey Stone. It's a project in Ahmedabad. So I'd like to end with a couple of these projects that we have done. This is, of course, on concrete, but Mahatma Mandir project in Ahmedabad, we have some architects over here, Mr. Patel from Ahmedabad, and that's a very, very famous building there where we had given the color project. And lastly, we would like to end with this project that we had done, the Statue of Unity in Gujarat. So here again, even though the application was done on concrete, but we gave a colored solution to make the concrete look like stone. So this is again a very good example of how Protect Guard color was used. So in case there are any queries, I'd like to take them on at the end. And again, extremely grateful to have this opportunity of being allowed to make this. And you have my number and the email address here. So in case there are any queries which have to be taken offline, I'll be very happy to do that. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Naran. As we are running short of time, I would now request Mr. Sushil Kumar. He is Manager Technical Services from MYK Laticrete. Over to you, Mr. Kumar, for your presentation.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, CDOS and the participants. Let me just share my screen. Are you able to see the screen, sir? Hello. Yeah.
Please go ahead.
Yeah. Thank you very much, sir. My name is Sushil Kumar. I take care of technical services from MYK Laticrete. And today I will be just talking about the stone care products. And as you are aware that MYK Laticrete is pioneer into tile and stone installation system. But apart from that, we are pioneer into the stone care and the stone cleaner products also. But in this case, I would just talk about the stone care products only. When it comes to the stone, I think most of the speakers were talking about the siliceous stone and the calcareous stones. And the simple difference is most of these stones require a sealer for protecting it. Now, what is the type of protection we're talking about? See, the nature provides us most of the beautiful materials on the earth, and one of them is the natural stone. And unfortunately, most of the time, this is the most neglected part of it, because stone is a very durable material. Unlike if it is not protected properly, then you might have a lot of issues with that. And the best option is all stones are not created in equal, and they vary with the density, the absorption percentage, the hardness, and the appearance. And what happens is next is the spillage of stains on the stones, and this could make a permanent marks and a polluted environment, as some of the speakers talking about the environment today, the air pollution. This could definitely attack the stone, and this can permanently ruin the nature of the stone. And as I was talking about, the natural stone is highly porous in nature, and what happens is most of the time there could be a lot of penetration of the liquid, and this could decolorize the stone. And the sealers are one option. Basically, we have to protect the natural stone. And this is a simple example. I think most of the speakers are talking about topical sealers and the enhancers. In this case, we do have a sealer which is actually a penetrative sealer. In our case, we do have a sealer which actually penetrates into the parts of the stone and fills the pores. And the advantage here with this impregnative sealers is it actively penetrates into the pores, unlike the film. And it acts on the pores and fills the pores, and it forms a permanent barrier. And the specialty is it retains the natural look of the stone, unlike the coating systems, which can change the look of the natural stone. And the best option is, I think one of the speakers talking about the breathability of the stone. Breathability of the stone is very, very important when it comes to the natural stone. Unless you don't provide the breathability in the natural stone, there could be a lot of moisture entrapped in that, and it could deteriorate the natural stone permanently. And these impregnating sealers, what we have gives you the breathability, high durability, definitely. And we do have sealers based on silicons as well as fluorocarbons, because fluorocarbons are highly penetrative and very useful. When you look at this simple picture, what is the speciality of this coating systems and the impregnated system? on the left hand side, you see this system which has a coating. See, they have done the top coating, and when you apply the top coating here, the moisture is entrapped inside, which does not allow the coating does not allow the moisture to go out. And what happens is it gives you a small, smooth, slippery surface on the top, and there is no vapor transmission because the moisture is entrapped inside, and this could treat to a lot of deterioration in the natural stone. On the right hand side, you can see the same impregnator what we have. It gives you the breathability. The specialty here is it provides the moisture to entrapped moisture to go out of the natural stone, and in the same way, it doesn't allow the moisture to get into the natural stone. It is a one-way traffic there, and it doesn't allow this vapor. I mean, the surface is. It doesn't allow the surface to be slippery. And when it comes to the laticrete systems, we do have a couple of sealers with us, and the one of them is our 190 sealer, which is basically based on a water-based sealer, which we give it as an undercoat sealer for the natural stone. This does not allow the moisture or the water to penetrate into the natural. As I was talking about, natural stones are highly porous in nature. This particular sealer does not allow the moisture to penetrate into the natural stone which is installed. Unfortunately, what happens in today industry, most of the stones are installed using the normal cement mortar system, and very few people in this country use an adhesive. Well, I'll come to the natural, I mean the adhesive in the next part of it. But in this case, what happens is the minute the stone is installed using a normal, without a sealer, the moisture is absorbed by the sealer, I mean the stone, and you have a wet patch on the stone. And these are the few benefits of this 190 sealer. This particular product we have been selling in many of the biggest projects and many major infra projects also. And this is basically a water-based sealer. It's a mild sealer, and this is non-flammable, and this doesn't fall into your VOC norms, and weather resistant. Definitely it will protect, and low in VOC, and the specialty can be used for both for internal and external applications also. And when it comes to this the sealer as a top coat, we do have a hydrophobic as well as oleophobic sealers. This particular MaxiSeal is basically a hydrophobic sealer, which will prevent the seepage of water, and the other basic filler, I mean the strainers. And when it comes to this MaxiSeal Plus, it is a high resistance to weather. It can be used for both for internal external application. This is UV stable, UV resistant, and it can be used for any type of natural stones available in the market. And this will give you a absolutely non-porous substrate. And apart from this, we do have a color enhancers also, which we call it as color and gloss enhancers from Amikal Etiquette. We call it as Preserva. We name it Preserva and Preserva Plus. Preserva is basically, it gives you a wet look in this case, and the Preserva Plus will give you a wet look, as well as it doesn't allow the seepage or the penetration of various liquids into the stone application. So you can see this color, it enhances the color enhancement, and it gives you the color enhancement in the natural stone. And when it comes to the Preserva Plus, it enhances the color, and at the same time it's stain resistant. It doesn't allow any type of liquid to penetrate into the natural stone. See, I was talking about natural stone is like a small baby. It needs to be protected for the lifetime. Unfortunately, what happens is natural stone is highly expensive, very expensive, and people tend to, when it comes to the maintenance of the stone, most of the people actually leave this, and this has to be protected permanently as long as the stone is into existence. So these are the few comparative statements which I'll talk about. Preserva and Preserva Plus, enhancer. It is an enhancer as well as sealer, and it works on the nanotechnology because they are based on fluorocarbon technology, and it gives you the wet look, as well as it gives you the See, this is one particular aspect which has happened in 2019. As far as IS 15477 was concerned, stone was nowhere involved in this. And the older version of 2004 was talking only about the tile and the ceramic or the glaze tiles. And the latest version of 2019 has involved even tile as well as the stone into the application systems. The latest IS 15477, which is already available in the market, it involves stone also, the stone installation of stone and the protection of the stone. Here you can see what are the difference between the old and the new code, the 2000 code and the 2019 code. The 2004 code was talking purely on the ceramic and the mosaic type. And when it comes to this 2019, we are talking about the stone as well. This is the latest version of 2019 of IS 15477. And in the older version, we were talking about only type 1 and type 2. And when it comes to this IS 15477 2019, we have something like type 5 up to type 5. Different absorption percentage, size of the tile, size of the stone, and different types of ceramic as well as the vitrified tiles. Because and the area of application also is involved in this. And the old version was talking purely on the load, but whereas when it comes to this 2019, we are talking about the load by area. So we are very, very specific in this. And in this old code, IS 15477, we are talking about only the porosity of the tile. But here in this case, we are talking about the format of the size. I mean, the size of the tile of the stone, the composition of the tile of the stone, and the substrate and the area of application. Is it internal, external? And is it vertical or horizontal application? All these things are actually taken care in this latest version. So installation of natural stone today is very, very specific, and there are stringent rules of going with the installation of the natural stone for the with this new code. And this is one specific point which was not there in this old code of 2004. The deformability. Deformability is very, very important when it comes to the external facade. Let it be a tile or the stone. Deformability is very, very important. And this latest code, the 2019 code, talks about this deformability aspect also. And this deformability is very, very important when it comes to the installation of natural stone or the tile for the external applications. And I was talking about the sealers, and we do have something called moisture barrier systems also. Unfortunately, what happens, I was talking about in previous this thing, that natural stone, most of the time it is installed using cement mortar. And what happens is most of the time the cement mortar actually absorbs the water from the cement, and the cement patches are shown on the natural stone. And we have taken care in this particular aspect, and we have launched 2 products into this stone care, stone products like adhesive for installation of natural stone for both for internal external application. And one of them is Latitude 340 and Latitude 320. Latitude 340 is basically a medium bed adhesive, and Latitude 320 is a thick bed adhesive for the floor. So basically what happens is this adhesive does not leave water like normal cement. This retains water for self-curing, and thereby you don't have this problem of this staining of the natural stone from the cement mortar. And there is absolutely no lippage, no cracks, non-shrink in nature, absolutely non-sag when it comes to the external facade. Absolutely there's non-sag in nature. And this can build up to 40 mm thickness. And as per the standards, it can go with the C2TE as per EN standards. As per ANSI standards, it can go up to 118.4, and IS 15477, the latest one, it falls under type 2 adhesive. And the specialties, you can get it in both and white and gray color based on the look of the natural stone. And sorry, yeah. See, when it comes to this medium bed adhesive, we do have Latitude 340, which is medium bed adhesive for stone insulation, both for internal and external application. The same way, this will give you a better adhesion, and it doesn't allow this natural stone to absorb the moisture or the water from the adhesive, and it gives you the non-sag formula, and it doesn't shrink like a normal cement. and this can be used for very large format tiles or stone as well. And sorry, yeah, this is a small comparison of the medium bed as well as the thick bed systems what we have. The thick bed systems, you can go up to 40 mm, and both for internal external applications, and the size of the stone or the tile is not restricted at all. You can use any of the large format tile and stone here, and these are the standards which complies to this particular product, and available in gray and white, and no leakage. When it comes to the floor application, there should not be any leakage in the adhesive, because these are highly polymerized and highly flexible in nature. And the same way, Laticrete 340 is basically a medium bed adhesive, where the thickness you can go up to 15 to 18 mm also when it comes to the external application based on the plumpness of the wall. And the standards, it complies to CT2 S1 as per EN, and ANSI as well as IS 15477. And this will give you a non-shrink in nature, and it is absolutely non-sag as per the rheology of the particular product, because this is very, very important when it comes to the external application. Non-sag, it should give you the non-sag properties. This will
Sushil ji, I am interrupting. Please expedite.
Yeah, it's over, sir. Yeah, thank you, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Sushil ji.
Yeah.
My sincere thanks to all the four speakers for wonderful presentation on various type of chemicals being used by architects as well as our industry. Now, I would request, it is a sort of a question answer session as well. So now I would request my friends from architects community to kindly share their views as regards any issues relating to using such chemicals. And subsequent to the architects, I would also request the members from stone industry. We have Mr. Ashok Doot Sahab, Kabra Sahab, Parmeshwar ji and Nishant Gaur ji with us to share their views. So over to my friends from architects community. In case any of you have any issues relating to use of these projects, please go ahead. Any questions from any of the presenters?
I just want to know that what is the life of the impregnating technology sealer? After how much time the treatment has to be repeated? This question is for Mr. Sandeep or Mr. Samar or whoever.
Yeah, sir, that's a very interesting question, and thanks for that. So typically what happens with the impregnation sealer, which are based on the fluorocarbon technology, which is the most superior one in the market today, these on the facade can last for up to 10 years.
Okay.
But on the floor, you can expect a performance, depending upon the usage, of course, of up to 3 to 5 years. So if it's in a house, probably, you don't need to apply anything up to 5 years. If it's an open area, more used, heavy footfall, 2 to 3 years.
Okay. And when it tends to, by the time it's tending to wear out, so the surface becomes actually quite patchy. So is it the case with this? Because this is, I'm talking about having used a silicon-based sealer, not silicon, I think acrylic-based sealer. So that when it started wearing out after 3 to 4 years of use, so it tended to make the surface look very patchy actually.
So with the fluorocarbon-based sealers, you won't have the problem at all, because they are absolutely clear. They don't change the look and feel of the. and there is no patchiness. Patchiness happens when you have something which is forming as a film, because the film will break or it will blister or it will peel off. But here you won't find that.
Okay.
Also very easy to reapply. So your reapplication cost could also be lower.
Sir, sorry to interrupt. Sir, these are purely a maintenance products, sir. These are purely maintenance products, and it depends on the usage. It depends on the wear and tear also. And somebody is using some harsh chemicals for cleaning the stone, then definitely it is going to eat away the nanoparticles or the fluorocarbon particles in that, and it will be totally ineffective.
Do you have any specific applicators, or anyone can just buy the chemicals off the shelf and sort of apply them with the instructions?
The way we typically work, have authorized applicators who can do the job, or else we have a tech service team which will go and train the people at the site if you have your own applicator.
So if
Yes,
you
sir.
Representatives in Delhi, can you share their contacts?
Sure. I will send it across to you.
Thank you.
Any other question? Okay, so may I now request the participating industry members to share their views as regards any issue relating to use of these chemicals during the processing of stones. दूध साहब, आपका कोई सुझाव या आपका कोई इशू ऐसा हुआ हो? दूध साहब, आप कुछ शेयर करना चाहें? दूध साहब, आप सुन पा रहे हैं? हमारे साथ स्टोनेक्स इंडिया के परमेश्वर जी भी जुड़े हुए हैं। मैं परमेश्वर जी से निवेदन करूंगा कि अगर उनको कोई इन केमिकल्स को के विषय में कोई और जानकारी चाहिए या कुछ उनकी प्रॉब्लम्स हुई हैं तो शेयर करें। परमेश्वर जी।
So first of all, thanks to all presenters. They have given us some of the very good insights, particularly Sandeep ji from Kilek Guard.
Yeah, thank you.
Hari ji from Samrat, and from Tinax, Mr. Diveru. Basically, I was very happy to learn about food safe epoxies, which he was elaborated, and I will definitely go in a further details for that. And for Sandeep ji also, I will go in a little details regarding the implication technologies, how deep it goes, how much is the life we get, whether it is just enhance the stain resistance, yeah, completely 100%, it's like a stain proof, yeah, something like that. Or do we need some another sealer, yeah, something on the impregnated surface also to protect the pores, because as he showed some diagrams in that steel stone breathes. Okay, breathes means okay, there is some space in which things maybe move in or out, maybe. Okay, so I will surely go to this search for those things. Thanks for the insight.
Sure, thank you. We will be in touch with you guys.
आज हमारे साथ मुकेश काबरा साहब भी उपस्थित हैं और निशांत गौड़ जी भी उपस्थित हैं। निशांत जी या काबरा साहब, आपके अगर कोई इश्यूज हो तो काइंडली शेयर करें। मेरे ख्याल से शायद हमारे इंडस्ट्री के लोगों की भी ऐसा सच कोई और विशेष क्वेरीज नहीं है, तो अब मैं अपने कलीग अजीत को रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा कि वो काइंडली स्क्रीन शेयर करें और जो हमारे पार्टिसिपेंट्स हैं उनकी सारी डिटेल्स शेयर करें। ओवर टू यू अजीत।
Yeah, just sharing it, sir. Is the screen visible, sir?
अजीत वो प्रेजेंटेशन नहीं दिख रही है।
Right, sir. एक second, sir. Yeah.
These are the details of participating architects. Next slide, please. The details of participating industry members. These are the details of participating companies. Those who are into manufacturing various type of chemicals. Thank you so much, Ajit.
Welcome, sir.
At the end now, I would request my colleague, Mr. Pokarna, for a vote of thanks. And with that, we will conclude today's webinar. Thank you so much for joining. Over to Mr. Pokarna.
Thank you, Mukulji. I wish to convey my sincere thanks to all the participating architects, participating companies, and industry members engaged in the mining and processing of stones. We are thankful that you all spend time out of busy schedule. Our member companies, and we know that architects is very precious role for the stone sector industries. Thanks to all company members for delivering impressive presentation to introduce latest solutions, products for stone installation and care for longer life of the stones. We are sure that architects will explore possibilities of using these solutions for stone installation and care in their upcoming projects. Thanks to Shri Ashok Dhoot Sahab, Vice Chairman, CDOS, for guidance and taking initiative for promotion of stone industries. I also wish to convey my thanks to all other participating companies, architects, and trade members who are connected with this event through YouTube channel. Thanks to Mukul Rastogi ji, CEO CDOS, Balwinder Singh ji, ASG FICCI, and successful program. Thanks to team CDOS and FICCI for their active contribution. Once again, thanks to all. Namaskar.
Namaskar. So with this, we are concluding today's webinar. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.